Did you know that one tiny seed, smaller than a fingernail, could help you fight high blood sugar naturally? For millions of seniors, this may be the simple, forgotten answer hidden in plain sight. If you're tired of feeling drained, frustrated with blood sugar swings, and worried about your next A1C test, you're not alone. As we age, our bodies don't respond to insulin the same way, and every meal can feel like a gamble. But what if managing blood sugar wasn't just about strict diets or harsh medications? What if one small, natural seed, used for centuries, could help lower your sugar levels gently and safely? In this video, you'll discover the name of this powerful seed, how it works in your body to fight sugar, and the best way to use it every day for maximum results. We'll also uncover common healthy foods that secretly spike your sugar and what to eat instead. Here, we combine real science with natural wisdom, always keeping your health, simplicity, and dignity in mind. Our goal is to guide you, not overwhelm you, with practical tips that actually work. So let's begin by understanding why blood sugar becomes harder to control with age, and how this humble seed fits into the bigger picture of natural healing. 8. Insulin Leaf Tea. As we get older, many of us notice that our bodies no longer process food the way they used to. You eat something that seemed harmless years ago, now it spikes your blood sugar. Why is that? It all comes down to insulin resistance. Over time, your cells become less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that helps move sugar from your blood into your muscles and organs. When this happens, sugar stays in your bloodstream, causing fatigue, blurry vision, and serious damage to your nerves, heart, and kidneys. That's why what you eat matters more than ever. But the solution isn't always more medication. Sometimes, nature offers something powerful, gentle, and surprisingly simple. One such example is insulin leaf tea, made from a plant called Costus igneus. It's also known as the insulin plant, and for good reason. The leaves of this plant are packed with natural compounds that can lower blood sugar and even support your pancreas, the organ responsible for insulin production. In traditional medicine, especially in India and Southeast Asia, insulin leaf has been used for generations to help people with type 2 diabetes. But now, science is starting to catch up, and the results are promising. These leaves contain active phytochemicals that do two important things. 1. They stimulate your pancreas to release more insulin naturally. 2. They help your cells absorb sugar more efficiently, which means less sugar floating in your blood, putting less stress on your organs. On top of that, insulin leaf is known for its anti-inflammatory benefits, which is critical because chronic inflammation makes blood sugar control even harder. Some studies even suggest it may help lower blood pressure and protect your blood vessels, both of which are vital for seniors managing diabetes and heart health together. Drinking this tea is simple. Boil 4 to 5 dried leaves in water for about 5 to 10 minutes, then let it steep. You can drink it warm, with a slice of ginger or a squeeze of lemon, but avoid adding any sweetener, even honey, because that cancels out the blood sugar benefits. Most people find best results when drinking it twice a day, once early in the morning on an empty stomach, and again before bedtime. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't a magic fix. It's a gentle ally. Unlike harsh drugs that shock your system, insulin leaf tea works with your body, helping it remember how to manage sugar naturally. It's like giving your pancreas a helping hand, without pushing it too hard. That's why more and more seniors are turning to insulin leaf tea, not because they want to replace medicine without permission, but because they want to feel more in control of their bodies. They want more energy, less stress, and the hope that aging doesn't have to mean giving up on health. Of course, you should always check with your doctor, especially if you're already taking medication to lower blood sugar. The tea is powerful, and when combined with other drugs, it could push your sugar too low. But used properly, this plant shows how natural healing can still be part of modern life. Now that you've seen how a simple tea can restore balance and support your pancreas, let's move on to another natural weapon. This time, a tiny seed that works like a sponge to absorb sugar from your bloodstream. 7. Fresh peach. Sometimes the answer to better blood sugar doesn't come in a pill bottle. It grows on a tree. And yes, we're talking about peaches. Sweet, juicy, and often seen as a summer treat, peaches are far more powerful than most people realize, especially for seniors trying to control their blood sugar naturally. Let's break it down. As we age, our metabolism slows, our insulin response weakens, and our bodies become more sensitive to what we eat. Even fruits can be tricky. Some spike blood sugar too fast. But peaches, especially when eaten fresh and with the skin, are an exception. Here's why. Peaches are low in calories and packed with dietary fiber, which slows the digestion of sugar. This means the glucose from the fruit doesn't rush into your bloodstream all at once. Instead, it's released slowly, helping to avoid sugar spikes and crashes that leave you feeling tired, shaky, or foggy-headed. But that's not all. Peaches are also rich in polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that protect your cells from damage. This is crucial for people with diabetes because high blood sugar can silently attack your organs, especially the eyes and kidneys. Vitamin C in peaches also supports immune health and reduces inflammation, which is often higher in those with insulin resistance. Even more impressive, research has shown that bioactive compounds in peaches may improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body uses insulin more efficiently. That's a game changer for seniors managing type 2 diabetes, because better insulin response equals more stable blood sugar with less effort. Peaches are also a wonderful way to satisfy that sweet tooth without turning to processed snacks or sugar-laden desserts. They give you natural sweetness, fiber, and hydration, all in one bite. It's a small switch with a big impact. Swapping out a cookie for a peach could mean more energy, better mood, and fewer blood sugar roller coasters. Sophie, W.A. But here's the key. Choose fresh peaches. Canned or jarred peaches are often soaked in syrups and added sugar, which destroys all the benefits. And if you're eating the skin, which holds most of the fiber, be sure to wash it thoroughly to remove pesticides. This isn't about making peaches the center of every meal. It's about including smart, natural foods that help your body do what it was designed to do: keep blood sugar in balance. It's about feeling more in control of your cravings, your energy, and your health, without giving up the simple joys of eating. Because here's the truth. Food can be medicine, and nature often gives us exactly what we need when we slow down and listen. And now that you know how something as simple as a fresh peach can make a big difference in your sugar levels, wait until you hear about this tiny miracle seed. A seed that has shocked doctors with its ability to absorb sugar like a sponge from your bloodstream. 6. Butter beans or string beans. Let's shift our focus now away from fruits and into something even more surprising: beans. That's right, sometimes the most powerful food for your blood sugar doesn't come with a fancy label or a high price tag. It comes in the form of something humble and familiar: butter beans and string beans. Now, why do these simple beans matter so much, especially for seniors managing type 2 diabetes? It all comes down to how your body handles carbohydrates. When you eat carbs, especially refined ones like white bread or pasta, they break down quickly into sugar, flooding your bloodstream. But foods high in soluble fiber and resistant starch, like these beans, do the opposite. They slow digestion, which means sugar is released gradually, not all at once. Butter beans, also known as lima beans, are loaded with resistant starch, a type of fiber your body doesn't digest right away. Instead, it travels down to your colon, where it feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And here's what most people don't know. A healthier gut can actually improve insulin sensitivity. That means your body becomes more efficient at using the insulin it already produces. Spring beans or green beans may look light and crunchy, but don't let their mild appearance fool you. They're full of plant-based fiber, vitamins like B1 and B6, and minerals like magnesium and phosphorus, all of which support your metabolism and nervous system. For seniors, these nutrients are essential, not just for blood sugar, but for energy, focus, and even mood. And there's more. Both types of beans can help lower the glycemic index of your entire meal. That means if you eat them with rice or another carb, they actually reduce how fast that sugar hits your bloodstream. It's like having a natural traffic cop for your blood sugar, slowing everything down so your body can keep up. Beyond their nutrients, these beans offer something emotional too: confidence. When you include beans in your meals, you're not just eating to survive, you're eating with purpose. You're making a conscious choice to nourish your body and protect your future. And let's be honest, there's something deeply comforting about a warm bowl of beans. It's simple, it's affordable, and it feels like home. The best part? They're versatile. You can add butter beans to stews, mash them as a creamy side dish, or pair them with brown rice for a hearty, balanced meal. String beans are delicious, steamed, sautéed with garlic, or tossed into a fresh salad. And unlike fancy diabetes-friendly products, they don't come with chemicals or hidden sugars, just natural goodness your body knows how to use. Eating beans won't make you perfect overnight, but over time, they can help you avoid blood sugar spikes, reduce inflammation, and stay fuller longer, which means fewer cravings for sweets and snacks. That's a powerful shift. So the next time you plan your meal, think about this. What if one small change, like adding beans, could help you skip the sugar crash, sleep better, and feel more steady throughout the day? Because food isn't just fuel, it's medicine when you use it right. And speaking of food as medicine, there's one tiny seed that's been used for centuries in ancient medicine, and modern science is now confirming its unbelievable ability to sweep excess sugar out of your blood like a sponge. Let's talk about that next. 5. Raw or lightly cooked garlic. Now let's turn to something even more familiar, something many of us already have in the kitchen, yet we often overlook its real power. Yes, we're talking about garlic, but not just any garlic. The kind that's raw or only lightly cooked. You might be wondering, why raw? Why not just toss it in with the rest of dinner? Well, the answer lies in a powerful natural compound called allicin. When garlic is crushed or chopped and left to sit for a few minutes, it activates this compound. And allicin is a game changer for blood sugar regulation. Here's the short version. As we age, our cells don't respond to insulin the way they used to. That means more sugar floating in the bloodstream, raising your fasting blood sugar, draining your energy, and putting stress on your heart and kidneys. But allicin helps your cells become more sensitive to insulin, so they pull sugar out of the blood more effectively. It's like upgrading your body's natural sugar disposal system. On top of that, garlic helps open up your blood vessels, improving circulation. And for anyone dealing with high blood pressure, a common partner to diabetes, that's a huge win. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients getting to the parts of your body that need healing. It also fights inflammation, which is like a slow fire in the body that makes managing diabetes even harder. Garlic cools that fire down, gently but consistently. And there's more. Garlic has been shown to reduce LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol that clogs arteries. That means while you're helping your blood sugar, you're also protecting your heart. For seniors, this is a 2-for-1 gift from nature. The best part? It's easy to use. Just crush or chop a small clove of fresh garlic. Let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes to activate the enzymes, then mix it into food. You can add it to yogurt dips, salads, or even eat it with a small spoon of olive oil. If raw garlic is too intense, which it often is for older taste buds, you can lightly sauté it on low heat. Just be careful. Too much heat can destroy the active compounds. And let's be real, this isn't some exotic superfood flown in from halfway across the world. This is garlic. Affordable, available, and familiar. It's something you've known all your life, but maybe never looked at as a medicine. But now you know better. One small clove a day can support better blood sugar, lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and protect your heart. That's not just health advice, that's hope you can taste. When you include garlic in your daily routine, you're not just seasoning your meals, you're sending a message to your body, I care about you. I'm still fighting for you. That's powerful. That's personal. And just when you thought it couldn't get better, there's one small seed, almost invisible to the eye, that works inside your gut like a sponge, soaking up sugar before it ever hits your bloodstream. Ready to find out what it is? If this video helped you, make sure to leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future health content that really matters. And don't forget to check the description below. I've listed some trusted health products that I personally stand by. These are carefully selected to support your blood sugar and overall wellness. 4. Raw red onion. Let's move from garlic to another humble kitchen hero, one that's often overlooked yet holds some of the most powerful natural compounds for controlling blood sugar. We're talking about the raw red onion. Now, onions might not sound exciting, some even avoid them because of the strong smell or the sting in the eyes, but here's the truth. When eaten raw, red onions become a powerful tool for seniors managing diabetes. Why? Because of two key compounds: quercetin and natural sulfur compounds. As we age, our body's ability to respond to insulin slowly declines. That means sugar in our blood stays higher, longer, leading to fatigue, blurry vision, nerve pain, and long-term damage to the kidneys and heart. But quercetin, a natural plant pigment found richly in red onions, helps to enhance insulin sensitivity. That means your body gets better at pulling sugar out of the blood and moving it where it belongs, into your cells for energy. And there's more. Raw red onions also help protect the beta cells in your pancreas, the very cells responsible for producing insulin. When these cells are inflamed or overworked, your sugar control suffers. But with the help of antioxidants in onions, these cells are supported and shielded. Let's not forget their role in reducing inflammation and improving circulation. For seniors, these two things go hand in hand. Inflammation is often silent but deadly. It blocks insulin function, stiffens blood vessels, and slows healing. But raw onions act as a gentle anti-inflammatory, calming your system from the inside out. Improved circulation, in turn, means better blood pressure and more oxygen reaching your vital organs, both of which are critical in preventing complications of diabetes. And here's something many don't realize. Red onions also help improve cholesterol. They lower the bad LDL cholesterol and help raise the good HDL. This is especially important if you're trying to avoid heart disease, which is a major risk for people with high blood sugar. So, while you're helping your glucose, you're also protecting your heart. You might be asking, how do I eat them raw? It's easier than you think. Slice them thin and add them to a salad. Tuck them into a sandwich or sprinkle them on top of cooked dishes just before serving so the heat doesn't destroy their healing compounds. If the taste is too strong, try soaking the slices in cold water for 10 minutes to make them milder without losing their benefits. What makes this so powerful is not just the science, it's the simplicity. You don't need a new prescription or an expensive supplement. You need a vegetable that's been on your table your whole life, now understood in a whole new way. Adding red onions to your meals isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about doing what you can, where you are, with what you already have. That's empowering. That's healing. And that's the kind of habit that turns into real, lasting change. Because when food becomes your medicine, every bite becomes an act of self-care. And speaking of self-care, there's a seed, tiny as sand, that's been used in ancient healing systems to sweep excess sugar out of the blood and rebalance digestion from the inside out. In the next section, we'll uncover what it is and how to use it safely and effectively. 3. Coconut flour. Now let's take a moment to talk about something that can quietly sneak into your daily routine and create real change without you even noticing. We're talking about coconut flour. You may have seen it on store shelves and thought it was just another health food trend, but coconut flour is far more than that, especially for seniors who want to take control of their blood sugar naturally without giving up the joy of eating. Here's why it matters. Most common flours, like white or even whole wheat, are high in carbohydrates and low in fiber. When you eat them, your blood sugar tends to rise quickly, putting pressure on your body to release more insulin. But with age, our bodies often struggle to keep up with this demand. That's where coconut flour makes a difference. Coconut flour is made by drying and grinding the pulp of mature coconuts. It's naturally low in carbohydrates and high in fiber, especially soluble fiber, which slows the digestion and absorption of sugar in the body. This means it helps prevent those sharp blood sugar spikes that leave you feeling tired, foggy, or hungry an hour later. But it gets even better. Coconut flour also contains insoluble fiber, which supports healthy digestion and keeps things moving smoothly through your gut. And when your gut is healthy, it can actually improve blood sugar control, reduce inflammation, and even support your mood and immune system. It also contains a type of healthy fat called medium-chain triglycerides, especially lauric acid. These fats are quick sources of energy that don't spike your blood sugar. They also have natural anti-immunity and antimicrobial properties, which means they help calm a body down and protect it from infections. A bonus for seniors with weaker immune systems. Now let's talk about using it. Coconut flour is slightly sweet and has a mild flavor, making it perfect for baking, bread coating, or even thickening soups and stews. But here's the key. It absorbs a lot of liquid, so you'll need less flour and more eggs or moisture in your recipes. It may take a bit of trial and error, but once you get used to it, it becomes a trusted part of your kitchen routine. And here's where the emotional shift happens. For many seniors, managing diabetes often feels like giving things up. Giving up bread, desserts, pancakes, comfort. But coconut flour lets you bring some of those foods back into your life in a healthier, smarter way. It gives you back freedom and flexibility without guilt or glucose crashes. You're not just choosing a flour substitute, you're making a statement. I still deserve food that tastes good and keeps me well. It's these small, consistent changes that create big results over time. A coconut flour pancake. A coconut flour muffin. Each one is a step toward better balance, better energy, and better health. And just when you thought flour couldn't possibly help with blood sugar, there's something even smaller but even more powerful. A tiny golden seed that's been used in Ayurvedic and traditional medicine for centuries, and it may just be the missing link in your blood sugar battle. 2. Malabar spinach leaves. Now let's slow things down and look at something truly humble. Something that might even be growing in your backyard without much fuss. We're talking about Malabar spinach, a leafy green that's often forgotten, but quietly powerful when it comes to managing blood sugar. So, what makes this leafy plant so helpful, especially for seniors dealing with high glucose levels? The answer lies in 3 simple traits: fiber, magnesium, and antioxidants. Let's start with the fiber. Malabar spinach is packed with both soluble and insoluble fiber, which helps slow down the absorption of sugar after meals. Instead of letting carbohydrates rush into your bloodstream, the fiber acts like a natural sponge, slowing everything down, giving your body more time to process the sugar. This means fewer spikes, less fatigue, and more stable energy throughout your day. But it doesn't stop there. Malabar spinach is also rich in magnesium, a mineral that many older adults are unknowingly low in. And here's the key. Magnesium plays a major role in glucose metabolism. It helps your body use insulin more effectively and reduces something called insulin resistance, a major issue in type 2 diabetes. When your cells become more insulin sensitive, they're better at pulling sugar out of the blood and turning it into energy instead of letting it float around causing damage. And let's not forget the antioxidants. Malabar spinach contains compounds that help protect your blood vessels from damage caused by high blood sugar. Over time, excess sugar wears down your arteries, especially in your eyes, kidneys, and heart. But these antioxidants act like shields, guarding those delicate tissues and lowering your risk of complications. Now, emotionally speaking, this plant is powerful because it's accessible. It doesn't require expensive shopping trips or complicated prep. You can find it at local markets, grow it at home, or even harvest it fresh in many parts of the world. It's affordable, hearty, and forgiving. And it's incredibly versatile. You can toss it into soups, stir it into stews, steam it, or even eat it raw in salads. The texture is slightly mucilaginous, like okra, which makes it great for digestion and soothing to the gut lining, another quiet benefit for people struggling with metabolic issues. The truth is, most people overlook foods like Malabar spinach because they're not trendy or flashy. But that's the beauty of it. This isn't about hype. It's about what works, and works gently over time. No side effects, no complicated routines, just a consistent, natural support for your blood sugar and overall health. Choosing foods like Malabar spinach isn't just a diet decision, it's a mindset shift. It says, I'm not giving up. I'm choosing small, smart actions that add up. And now that we've uncovered the hidden power of this leafy green, it's time to meet the star of today's video. The one tiny seed that works like a blood sugar magnet, drawing excess glucose out of your body and transforming how your system functions from the inside out. 1. Fenugreek Seed. We've talked about leafy greens, roots, and even flower. But now it's time to reveal the real star of the show. The one tiny seed that's been quietly used for thousands of years. And yet, many seniors still don't know it can gently pull sugar out of the bloodstream. That seed is called fenugreek, also known in some cultures as alhalva. At first glance, fenugreek seeds might not look like much. They're small, yellow-brown, and hard. But inside these tiny seeds lies a wealth of healing power, especially when it comes to managing blood sugar naturally. Let's break it down. Fenugreek is rich in a type of soluble fiber that turns into a thick gel when mixed with water. This gel acts like a barrier in your digestive system, slowing down the absorption of carbohydrates. That means sugar enters your bloodstream gradually, giving your body more time to produce and use insulin efficiently. But it doesn't stop there. Fenugreek also contains bioactive compounds, natural chemicals that improve insulin sensitivity. For seniors with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, this means your cells become more responsive to insulin again. You don't need as much of it to do the same job. Your sugar doesn't just stay in your blood, it gets used for energy like it's supposed to. And there's more. Fenugreek has been shown to reduce appetite and control sugar cravings. That's a game changer for anyone who feels stuck in a cycle of eating, crashing, and craving more sugar. When your body feels full longer and more satisfied, you naturally make better food choices, and blood sugar becomes easier to manage, day by day. The emotional part? Fenugreek gives you back a sense of control. It's not a harsh drug, it's not expensive, it doesn't take away your freedom. It's a natural ally, something you can sip as tea or stir into warm water each morning. It gives you back the belief that healing doesn't have to be complicated. Here's how to use it. You can soak a teaspoon of whole fenugreek seeds overnight in water and drink the water and chew the seeds first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Or you can use fenugreek powder in warm water or sprinkle it lightly into food. Just make sure to check with your doctor first, especially if you're already taking blood sugar medications. Okay, so let's talk. Fenugreek is strong, and if you combine it with meds without supervision, it could drop your sugar too low. But when used wisely, this seed becomes more than a supplement. It becomes part of your daily ritual of care. It supports digestion, improves cholesterol, even balances hormones. It's small but mighty, offering seniors a way to reclaim health without fear or frustration. So next time you hold a handful of these seeds, remember, you're not just holding a spice, you're holding centuries of healing wisdom and a real shot at balance, energy, and hope. And while fenugreek is powerful on its own, combining it with other natural habits, like smart hydration, protein-rich meals, and specific vegetables can supercharge your progress. Let's take a look at one more tip that ties everything together beautifully. If you've made it this far, know this. you're not powerless. You don't need extreme diets or expensive pills to take back control of your blood sugar. Simple, natural foods like fenugreek seeds, Malabar spinach, coconut flour, and even raw garlic or red onions, they're not just ingredients, they're tools. Gentle, affordable, and proven by both tradition and science. By adding just one of these foods into your daily routine and slowly reducing harmful triggers like sugary cereals, white bread, or processed snacks, you're already rewriting your health story. One step at a time, one meal at a time. And remember, you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it consistently. That's how real change happens. That's how seniors all over the world are finding more energy, better blood sugar numbers, and peace of mind, without feeling deprived or overwhelmed. If this video gave you even one idea to try today, hit that subscribe button to keep learning with us. And don't stop here. Check out the next video on your screen, where we reveal another surprising food that helps fight high blood sugar. Your journey to better health is just beginning, and I'll be right here to walk it with you. See you in the next one.